Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25.
So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers? 1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 17 carries, 73 yards, and a touchdown.
You know he's proud of his standing as the league's #3 rusher, and those linemen in front of him, they're just as proud, but they all have the same goal in mind. Get him to #1 in the league and celebrate a rushing title at the end of the year. That starts with a good game here.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. It was just 3rd down and short, but he bit off a little extra.
I would say way more than he could chew, but he chewed up all that yardage in a big way. And that, to me, that was a combination of offensive line, stacked defense, and they handled it. Okay, they got the leverage, they got the blocking angles, and opened up a nice crease. And once you get past that first wave, there's room to roam.
Yeah, that's just the 3rd play from scrimmage. They wanted to avoid that 3 and out. They did.
And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47. You look at this Arizona defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
I jotted down in my notes in prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on, because you're talking about where they rank in stopping the run. Well, how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass. That's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Richardson to the air on first down.
Got his man. It's Williams. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Richardson. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10.
They'll run for the first time with Breece Hall.
Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively rallying to the ball after the nice move.
Well, taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago.
10 carries, 53 yards.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
The Cardinals at 3 and 4 on the year coming into play. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well
for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Richardson off the play fake. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 14. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Well, this is what you want to see from your rookie quarterback on an opening drive, Charles. He looks cool. He looks calm. He looks collected in marching them down the field.
And, Brandon, I just think the game continues to change and evolve because we're calling these guys rookies. But, you know, they've thrown the football.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. It's Zaven Collins who got in there to get the sack. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This pass out wide to Hall. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down before it's a 4th down?
So a pretty good opening drive that'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
From his end zone, here's Rashid Shaheed. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Pickett now from the gun here. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop any of those. With 3rd down coming up. Off the play fake, here's Pickett. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Second down, here's Richardson. He gets it underneath to Hall. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A Cardinal 1st down on a gain of 13. They go play action with Richardson. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, 2nd quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession. 2nd and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. Richardson on 2nd and 10. And this one's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Richardson. A short throw to Ingram. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the 1st down. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. Back deep, Rashid Shaheed.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spotted it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. And now here come the Ravens. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line.
A tackle made there by Caden Stearns. 2nd down and 8.
A pivot and a give to Henry. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
On now to punt. Here's Bradley Pinion.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Let's take it inside his own 40. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7-0 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series.
Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. And a short one there, caught by Likely.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down.
Pickett. No hesitation, goes right back to Likely.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw, Pickett. Quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
And here's Bradley Pinion now.
And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points seeded.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Ball on a give up the middle.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 39 yards there, a big one.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Quez Watkins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10.
Pickett will look to throw it here. A short one there, caught by Likely.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Here's Pickett. That's complete to Traylon Burks.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down.
And this may be the one to build on right here. It's the 2nd quarter. They've got nothing on the scoreboard as of yet. They need to put something together, and this is a good start as they get the completion there for good yardage and a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett.
That's complete to the tight end, Saubert. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Option right, Pickett going to run with it.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line.
Wide receiver A.J. Brown. You see he and the rest of his mates returning to the field here.
Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist, you know, that good stuff. Got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing, change things up a little bit, and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot, because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20.
On the return is Renfro. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. First and 10, here's Pickett.
Catch is made by Hunter Renfro. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack.
Dre Greenlaw getting home on that one.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Final play of the first half. Here's Pickett.
And his throw is incomplete. So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We begin with the most talked about game of the week, a rematch from Super Bowl 16 and 23. Cincinnati on the road to take on San Francisco. And it's the 49ers who have taken the lead into the intermission. A couple of touchdowns there for Cam Akers. From there, we head east to check on the Bills at home in Buffalo. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. Austin Eckler, a touchdown run in the victory. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting New Orleans Saints. Nick Chubb, a touchdown run in the victory. What a first half we saw from the number 4 overall pick back in April, Anthony Richardson. He has a touchdown pass, and that amounted to the only touchdown of the game for either team thus far.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
So here are the Cardinals to take over. They're on top here as they come up on a 1st and 10, trying to make amends for that lost week at the hands of Seattle.
Second half starts with a run by Hall.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Here's Richardson to throw.
To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds.
Here comes 3rd down and 7. On 3rd down, here's Hall.
Good footwork at the 30, and this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Arizona. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Tyree Wilson getting back there in a hurry and handing him a loss.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Pickett going to keep it again.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
A shot downfield for Burks.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line.
Arizona's offense back out and ready to go.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Ball again on second down.
And he's going to ball his way forward to the 48.
41 yards on the ground for him so far. Richardson on third and short. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Cardinals first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Now Richardson.
Toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 18. That's good for 28 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Straight ahead is Hall.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
When trying to create space for your running back, the first thought is, how physical is the offensive line? Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson. He'll connect on the out route with Ingram.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Off play action, Pickett.
This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. A first down carry for Henry. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Phoenix, Arizona's the spot. Glad to have you along for the ride. 3rd quarter action. And a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Pickett back to throw.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80,
Pickett lost it.
Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
They'll start with the option. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Traylon Burks.
A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Ravens have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trip to the opposite side. And all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Here's A.J. Cole now,
as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fielded at the 33. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
This 2nd and 4.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. 1st down.
With that last carry, he's now over 8,000 career rushing yards.
All right, big applause. Lots of clapping for this one, right? Think about it this way. Along the way, he has passed Hall of Famer Terrell Davis, And now he's starting to approach another Hall of Famer in Larry Zonka.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. They'll run it again with Henry. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And this is incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Throwing again, it's Richardson on 2nd down. A short throw to Ingram, and able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. The offense on 3rd down, they're hitting it just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Running left, it's Hall. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the...
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Richardson looking to throw this. It's Williams on the catch. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down. Richardson now on 2nd down. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Pickett. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now 2nd and 4. A handoff, running left, Henry. And he'll take this one down to about the 40.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. The noise is getting deafening. Here's 3rd down and 3. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
So out now come the Cardinals. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? What does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. A big play here. 3rd and 2. Here's Richardson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made, in my estimation.
It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play it safe here and get to overtime and try and win it there. But, you know, sitting up here in the booth,
take some gambles.
Let's go for this thing, try and push it, and maybe catch the defense back on their heels a bit.
See if they do that. They'll come up now on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Henry.
Oh, what a nice tackle there. That will hardly move the needle at all offensively. A very short gain. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
This fielded right at the goal line. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now.
And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
As meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on 2nd down.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory.
70 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2.
Richardson off the play fake. He had a man testing, and it's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And the Ravens taking the field. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points. And now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
Off the option, here's Henry. Derrick Henry all alone. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Back to throw, Pickett. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on 2nd down. Pickett's throw taken in by Cooper here. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Off the option, here's Henry. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, breaking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to them.
2 minutes left in this overtime session and still all tied. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to get the field goal.
And any yardage you gain there is really kind of gravy. And this just becomes what my old coach used to say. Get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. This will be caught. It's a touchdown. An absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime. So it's a win here for the Ravens, and it was thanks in large part